Looking back on it, TF2's story basically ended back in 2017. At least, the story we all wanted. The final comic wasn't a great big climactic battle, it was just there to give us closure. And the key word is closure, a sense of finality, accomplishing everything you've wanted and moving on. One character, however, never got that, and she never really deserved it to begin with. Did any of you notice how quickly the administrator went from being excited about staying alive to just being content with dying right then and there? It's almost like she never really knew what she wanted outside of this job, so much so she forgot who she truly was and why she did all of this. It's weird. The most capable and ruthless person in the entirety of this series is actually so directionless in life. TF Industries was her entire life. Day and night, every waking moment, every living moment was this spiteful revenge plot that ate away at her. And I imagine the weight of running an industry of assassins and mercenaries couldn't have been a happy career either. And the thing is, it didn't matter who got in her way. She would have gone right through them, even if it meant taking her own life, or taking the life of a child. The only man left in this long line of feuding relatives was Olivia Mann, a newly found orphan after the death of her father, Greyman, who we can only assume was the star of the admin's Man Children Fail at Life show after Plutarch and Redmond were killed. I can't help but wonder what Helen would have done to ruin her life, all to torment Zephaniah just a little longer. It's amazing, such a minor character who had only 2 prior appearances was freed from this curse. And Saxton Hale followed since he came to realize this whole ordeal meant nothing without her or Mags to spend his life with. And all this was thanks to Miss Pauling, realizing that the woman she followed throughout her whole career was nothing more than an entitled hag, wasting these world-changing minerals on herself and a corpse. Flo was the one who decided this all had to end. That no job or company loyalty, no matter how much time and effort she put into it, was worth this. It's funny, I remember the tough break update and the hilarious calls you get from her when she was supposed to be on vacation. I laughed at how much of a workaholic she was, but now I realize how badly this job had her trapped, how she relied on it to justify her existence on Earth. In a weird way, Miss Pauling and the admin are 2 sides of the same coin. They were both dedicated to their jobs and each other, but Miss Pauling, when face to face with a 300-year-old woman with more experience than she'll ever have, was the one wise enough to let go. And our 9 favorite meddling mercenaries have also been freed from their employers' clutches. Now, just because TF Industries is no more doesn't mean they're all done with the merc business. They're still running into trouble. Heck, even before they met one another, they've been up to some chaos. These are the roles they're comfortable with, and they're still in contact with one another. They never needed the admin, Manco, or even Miss Pauling to do what they can do. It's in their blood. You can't keep a good team like this apart. They're all friends, they're all family, they're all community. The comics may have ended, but the game hasn't. While there's a theme of embracing change and looking forward to the future, why not change together? And hold on to the things we love and cherish even after so long. While we change, TF2 will change, and we'll be right at each other's sides no matter what. So much has come out of this game. From Valve, from the creative modders and community map makers, taking things into their own hands, from the passionate and patient source filmmaker, animators, and storytellers, making their own vision of the mercs from the observant and strategic YouTubers who have pushed this game to its limits. All this came from one single video game that came out over a decade and a half ago. All I can say is, here's to another 17 years